Welcome to Anxiety Pool.
Oh, say can't. I'm joking. Welcome to episode 36. Hi, Howdy.
Should have gone with it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Today is June 24th. How are you?
I'm swell. I feel a weight lifted off my shoulders.
What happened today, Nicholas?
What happened today? Why are you so monotone? What happened?
Nicholas, tell the audience what happened today.
I don't like that. This is cringe.
Come
this
on,
is bad.
sugar.
We got to stop being ourselves. This isn't going to work.
Just fucking tell them what happened, Nicholas.
Fine.
Come
Today was
on.
my last day at the job I've been working at since we started this. It's been like the one main job I've had for years, like right after high school. Finally left. Today was my last day. They're still going to ask me for help every once in a while. I've decided I will, not like coming in, but like a consultant. Like, hey, what am I going to do about this type shit? Like, they'll just text me and send me a screenshot or something. Like the new guy, he doesn't fully get it.
I guess.
Like, he's slow.
It's
I forgot to...
Yeah, as long as
What's
they're not
up?
like making you drive somewhere with these fucking gas prices.
No, they're not making me come in or anything like that. They told me they weren't going to change the passwords for shit because they know, like, I'm not going to go in there and fuck anything up.
But you should. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not going to. That would destroy like a very possibly important family relationship.
Yeah, definitely don't. Definitely don't.
But yeah, I mean, like there's a weight lifted off my shoulders. Like as soon as I left. Well, I mean, like I'd say Monday I already felt relaxed because I quarter-assed it pretty much all week.
Which is nice.
But
that's what I did
yeah.
the week I was gonna leave.
Yep.
I did like the bare minimum.
I pretty much did that. I mean, I had a pretty good excuse still training the new guy and shit like that. It's just like whenever they were like, dude, what the fuck is up? I'm being like, hey man, I move as fast as he moves. I'm training him.
Yeah, it's a good excuse.
Yeah,
great
pretty
excuse.
much that. But tomorrow morning, gotta wake up,
Excuse me.
go to Alabama, do some super fun family shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast or not, but so my stepdad's dad passed away. I know I mentioned that, but they're like pursuing legal action against my stepdad's stepmom because apparently there's an account that's just gone. They have somehow misplaced $515,000.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. So my aunt, my stepdad's sister, she's like freaking out and she's suing the fuck out of their new stepmom because they think that she was like embezzling or something like that, where she would just pull cash out every once in a while and like hoard it somewhere. But they can't find any history on the account, but like all of the money leads to another account that had a total of 515,000 in it around the time of his death.
Very interesting.
So they're freaking out and trying to figure that out. And she still lives in that trailer of the trailer park we're going to host whatever this celebration of life event is. And during this, my mom has explained to me that we are going to take turns going to the trailer and grabbing shit while everybody is distracted. And so I don't know why they're treating it like some fucking Black Ops mission, but like they're entitled to that shit. I don't understand why they can't just walk in there, take it, and leave.
Yeah, I think maybe it's because they just don't want to have to deal with it. Like,
I mean, I get it because I don't want to deal with shit ever.
Right. It's just like, it's easier. It's like nobody notices. It's like, oh, sure, you're entitled to it. So it's like, let's just take it and not have to deal with anybody like being like, why are you going in there taking all that shit? Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
But like, of course, like my first thought is I'm gonna be the one that gets caught. Of course.
Yeah.
But
You're just gonna go,
yeah,
and then start peeing.
I'm gonna, or I'll just turn into Tina from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah. I love
But,
that fucking scene where he's trying to teach her how to drive.
yes. Turn the car.
Tina, turn the car. You're gonna hit the only car in the parking lot.
Yep.
Pick a direction and turn.
Exactly. I fucking loved Bob's
Great
Burgers.
show. Yeah.
I'll get back from that Sunday though, so we're only gonna be there for like an afternoon, which sucks. I hate doing that, especially if we have to drive. After that, get back Sunday, chill, clean up, go through a lot of my shit Monday through like Wednesday, and then what'd you say you wanted to like Thursday afternoon?
I
we're
have to
going up
talk
there?
with Olivia. I don't know if we're gonna go up with her or if we're just gonna ride up there. But we'll have to see. I know, like,
Okay.
if you're off Thursday, if you want to ride with your car so we can leave.
If I'm off Thursday,
Sorry.
I don't have a job right now.
Yes, I know. Okay. So, all right. What I'm saying is, okay, yeah. So on Thursday we can leave whenever. Then, like, we could leave in the morning if we wanted to. I think they're going up on maybe Wednesday. So
Okay.
it's up to you. We could, like, yeah, if you want to take your car so that we can leave early on Friday and not have to wait for
Oh, so we're taking my car, so you don't have to spend
an
thousands of
exorbitant
dollars.
amount of money. Yeah.
I got you.
Plus, my car is still unregistered, so.
Ooh, and then we'll so we'll get back from that like Friday afternoon.
Yeah, so we
sometime.
we can do Friday afternoon, or we can even do Friday like at lunch, or shit, we could do Friday evening. I don't know. If it gets like an hour and something drive, hour and change.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so it's not a bad drive. It's just highway the entire time.
Yep. And then well, I guess we'll record when we get back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We could just talk
and then,
about what we did.
And then Saturday, Sunday, and the 4th, I plan on not doing anything. I kind of want to take those days to myself, just like chill out, be proud of what I've accomplished.
I can try
then,
to Oh, so you don't want to if say
that's
that,
if a thing. That's if it's a thing.
right? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be because I haven't heard anything about it at all.
Okay. That's what I assumed.
But
if anyone asks,
yeah,
I'm chilling with you on the 4th.
okay, yeah, we could go shooting. I've got I've revamped a lot of things.
Oh yeah. Saturday or
I've
Sunday.
changed shotgun.
Or wait. No.
It would be.
Would you have the 4th off?
Oh, I wonder if they're even open.
I was about to say like
Yeah.
that. I doubt it.
I'll have to look. Yeah, I don't know. I can maybe
We could go shoot like first thing Thursday morning.
That is very true. We could go shooting at like 10:00.
Yeah.
When they open
like no
up.
one would be there. Middle of the day.
Right,
On a
yeah.
weekday.
And it's before 4th of July weekend, so like nobody's really going to be doing much. Yeah, that'd be nice. That's good.
Okay.
Let's do that. Although,
Okay.
yeah, you will need to help me with ammunition if you want to shoot my AR, because I have 2 mags left. I got 60 rounds left.
Okay.
But I kind of want to keep those like as ammunition here. I need to at some point save some money. Oh god, I keep spending too much money. Finish up your day, and so I can explain why I keep spending too much money.
Well, that's pretty much it.
That's it.
After the 4th of July, is my first day at the new job where I'm working at a gym. I like to, technically I'm an assistant general manager, but with the way the job is worded, it sounds more like I'm assistant to the general manager, kind of like an office reference.
Yeah, you're
That's the
fucking.
thing.
You're
Yeah,
Dwight.
I'm Dwight, but I think that I'm gonna have like a little personal promotion that she's not. It's like it's not like a real corporate promotion. Like
Yeah.
she's just gonna deem it my responsibility to be in charge of the other assistant general managers that help out,
Right.
which would kind of be nice because I wanted to manage people. Like that's what I'm trying to get into. But what else was I gonna say? I want to start a journey, but I feel like we can talk about that later in the podcast. If something you talk.
Journey.
Yeah, it's a personal thing I've been thinking a lot about with this new leaf I'm turning. Because I mean, I make I make all these fucking goals and I haven't accomplished like any of them. And we're 7 months into the year.
Yeah, pretty much everybody does that. Nobody ever really follows through with their goals. Man, I'm finding great deals on ammunition.
That's great. Okay, go ahead.
55 grain full metal jacket, 1,000 round
How
case
was
for
your
$450.
week? How was your week? And why do you keep spending so much money?
Nicholas, let me tell you about my week. I had it was a fairly normal week up until recently. Okay, so last week I'll talk about this. I don't know if I talked about this. So I have like this tooth, this one right here, that that sticks out because my fucking dog chewed up my retainer, and then I didn't get another one and just thought it would be okay.
Yes.
So yeah, that thing's been annoying me for a while, and I'm like, yeah, well, let me see if I can get it fixed. And the insurance covers most of it, and my mom's like, yeah, we might have some flexible spending money. I'm like,
Can I ask you a question? It's completely unrelated. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, what?
I'm taking care of it right now. So when I do the thing that I saw you do at the shop last time.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Do I puncture it with this, or do I puncture it with something else?
I puncture it with that and like the uppermost corner
of the top of the coil.
Oh, well, you have a whole sleeve, so yeah, it doesn't matter. It'll sit. Yeah, because I usually think about single coils. They sit on their side.
Okay. Yeah. I got you.
Like completely unrelated
Continue.
side note for anybody on the
I
audio podcast. We're talking about vape coils. Fucking because we're losers. What was that? Oh yeah, so I decided that I was gonna do some of the Smile Direct. You ever heard of that?
Is that where they ship it like directly to you?
Yeah. So,
is it like a subscription thing?
The original, well, it's mainly you just pay in one go, or you can do a payment plan. Yes, but it has interest. But you pay like in full for the whole treatment, and then basically they give you a whole kit for you to make impressions and then take pictures, and there's an app, and you follow along with all this stuff. And
I'm thinking about weed.
I'm thinking about weed?
Yeah, smiling.
Oh, smiling. Yeah. No, Smile Direct.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they gave me like a whole kit. No, you can't see it. It's but I didn't do the kit. I took too long, and then it's like complete your kit by this date, and then I looked at it and it was like a month past, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I just decided to make an appointment cuz it's no different. They had one near me. So I set it up for a Friday day I had off for 9 a.m. I wake up bright and early, 9 a.m., drive down there. I get there 5 minutes early. I walk in, I sit down, or I walk in, and the lady's like, "Oh, hi," and I'm like, "Hey, I had a 9 o'clock appointment," and she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, go sit in there, and we'll be with you in a sec." And I said, "Okay," so I go sit down in there, and I'm sitting there for about 5 minutes, and then she comes in and she's like, "Hey, so I'm sorry, you said you had a 9 o'clock appointment," and I'm like, "Yeah, I did it online on like the website." She's like, "Yeah, so the website's been double booking. Unfortunately, I've already got someone scheduled for 9 o'clock. So," and she just like looks at me, and I'm like, "Okay, can I reschedule for another day?" She's like, "Yeah, when do you want to reschedule for?" And I'm like, "Do you got anything Thursday or Friday?" She's like, "We're closed Thursday." I'm like, "Okay, so Friday?" And I'm like, and she goes, "Yeah, let me look." And she goes to her fucking
What a weird fucking day to be closed.
Right, on Thursday? Weird. And the whole time she was weird. She was like, I had to like lead the whole conversation. And so I get the appointment set up and scheduled, and then I bounce. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I drive 30 minutes back to my house. I'm like, that was a great use of gas.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, this week I went and, or today, I guess.
Yes.
Well, let me. Okay, now that's been prefaced, hold on, I gotta kind of line it up. Okay, so I've been selling a shotgun. My Rock Island VR80 I've been selling for a while, or trying to sell for a while, and Nah, I've been dancing around with a couple people, just like nobody's really kind of biting. People are like I'm like getting to the point where people are like, "Where are you?" I had one guy pretty much on the hook, but he lived in like Augusta, which is
Yeah.
like 2.5 hours from where we chill. So it was
Mm-hmm.
pretty ridiculous.
Where we chill.
Where we chill. So I fucking Friday or no Thursday evening, around like 5 p.m. I get a message on Outdoor Trader, that I missed. And then Friday
Oof.
morning when I wake up at like 7 o'clock, 7:30, whenever it was, to get ready for my appointment, I check my phone and I see that I got a message, and I got two of them. I'm like, woo, two of them. Let me look, and I look and I see it's from the same guy. The first message was at like 5 o'clock, and it was, "Hi, I'm interested in your shotgun. I have a couple questions. Can you give me a call?" And then he left his number. And then 30 minutes after he sent that message, he says, "You know what? I'll take it. Give me a call when you can." And
Wow.
I'm like, whoa. So I message him, or yeah, I message him on the app, and I wait 20, or on the website, I wait 20 minutes. He doesn't respond. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I take my phone, I take his number, I text him. He's got an iPhone, which is cool. And then he hits me back up right away. I'm like, hey, yeah, I got an appointment, but I can call you after that. So I go do my appointment. It was pretty easy, actually. It was kind of cool. The technology they have is like they
You just bite down on shit.
no, they have like cameras. So they use
Oh,
this like weird thing that takes, like, she said, it takes like 6,000 pictures a second or something. And then it's
beautiful.
like, and it like you can watch it create a 3D model of your teeth in front of you. It's kind of cool technology. I don't know how it works.
Wow.
And like even when you bite down, it like knows the points, and like it has like pressure points. I had a really cool
Mm-hmm.
picture that I could send to you. But yeah, and then they gave me like a free teeth whitening kit and a gift card, and cool. And then I have to wait for my stuff to come in.
A gift card?
Yeah, I got a $25 gift card for, I don't know,
Was that for being inconvenienced?
I don't know. It was I don't know, maybe it was a promotion. I got a text about it.
Oh,
But so I get out of the smile place and I call the guy. I'm like, "Hey." He's like, "Hey, I'm interested in your shotgun." I'm like, "Yeah, man, you want to come pick it up?" And he goes, "Well, I would, brother, but unfortunately, I got sent down to Alabama this morning, or I guess sent up." And I'm like, "Oh." And he's like, "Well, I'll tell you what, I got a coworker down there who would love that shotgun. I know he's looking at it. He might want it too. Let me give him a holler." And I'll like he was a full blown like
yeah.
Southern dude. You know, like, let me give him a holler, and I'll have him call you. And I was like, all right.
Driving his fucking 400,000-mile Ford Ranger.
And I'm like, all right, man, thanks. He's like, yes, sir. And then he hung up, and then I didn't know how soon he was gonna call me back. The guy was gonna call me, so I just like hopped on the road, started driving back, and then yeah, I get the call like, I don't know, 2 minutes later. I'm
Mhm.
driving down the road, and I'm like, hello, and he's like, hey, is this Mason? I was wondering if you still had that Rock Island VR80 for sale. And I said, yeah, yes, sir. I think I just talked to your buddy. And he's like, oh, yeah, he's over in Alabama or whatever. And he can't get down there. So he's going to let me buy it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I printed off a bill of sale or whatever. And I was like, yeah, if you just want, you meet me at the shop. And he's like, oh, yeah, it's like 20, 30 minutes for me. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I print off a bill of sale. I bring everything to the shop. I get the bill of sale. I write all my information on it. Blah 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 blah. He
Mhm.
comes in. He's like this 6'5", fucking probably 350 pound, like absolute unit of a man with a beard like twice the length of mine.
Nice.
And he's like, Mason, and I'm like, hey, oh, he points at Jamie, like, Mason. And I'm like, oh no, hey, what's up? It's me. And he comes over, shakes my hand. I like show him the shotgun, and he's going over the stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm sold. Let's do it." And he starts filling out the thing, and he hands me $650 cash. I count it. I'm like, "Cool, good." And then he fills out the rest of the paperwork. We chat for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then I help him bring all the stuff out to his car, and then done. Drove off, and I was like, "Damn,
Nice.
that's a very solid gun purchase experience."
Yes.
So I didn't take this money, and I go to the bank, right? And I deposit this money and then a little bit of cash that I had hanging around into the bank. And then I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go shooting, but I wanted something, something new. I was like, I got a little cash. Maybe I'll head down to the gun store and see if maybe they got something. So I went down to Johns Creek, and checked them out. Well, I went to Martin's. There's a shop called Martin's that's pretty good. They use or they have.
Those are the people that make potato bread.
Is that no? Yeah, I think you're right, actually. No, there's a shop called Martin's Firearms. I can't remember where it is, but good shop, good people. It's where I got the shotgun, and I was over in that area, so I went to check them out. They had a much smaller selection on like accessories and attachments and ammo, which is kind of what I was looking for. I didn't want to buy a gun.
Yeah.
So then I went down to my regular place, and I walked in there, and I was like, the guy's like, hey, what's up, man? And I was like, hey. He's like, Subi's looking good. And I was like, oh, thanks, bro. And he's like, what you need? And I was like, actually, nothing really. I'm just kind of browsing. I just sold a gun, so I got a little money in my pocket. And he was like, okay, I got you. Let me know if you need anything. So recently, I rebuilt my AR-15 to like change it up. I have a Saint Victor. Yep. It's more of a duty rifle as opposed to the precision-based rifle with a bipod and whatnot that I was going for.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at FRT 15s, which are force reset triggers. They're made by I'm blanking on the company.
Mm-hmm.
But they're basically a trigger where when you pull the trigger, a mechanism inside pushes the trigger back forward if you pull on it lightly. If you pull on it hard, it'll just fire one shot. But if you pull on it lightly, the trigger will basically like reset each time, and then you have to pull it again. But if you like kind of hold it at the right thing, it shoots almost at a full auto rate. And
that's a little outrageous.
It's outrageous. And I was like, dude, if I can slap one of those in my. I was looking for quite some time for one. I could have gotten one when they were like $350 or whatever.
Oh my god, how much is it now?
So they're completely sold out on the website. I found a couple on Gunbroker for about $800 for just a trigger. This is a trigger that goes into a gun. So
but the way I'm thinking about it is you're paying $800 for a sexy loophole. That's what I'm thinking.
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. I could also take out a small loan and buy an M16 lower and just buy a fully automatic lower and just do it the legit way. But nah, man, I don't know. Basically I went in there and I was looking around and browsing, and then a guy came over and after about a couple minutes and was like, hey man, you got any questions? Or he said, you want to see anything behind the counter? And I was like, I'm kind of just looking. I was like, unless you got an FRT 15 back there. And he's like, nope. He's like, but I got one. And I was like, oh yeah. And I'm like, how much would you sell it for? And he's like, well, I can't remember how much I paid for it. And I was like, yeah. And I shouldn't have said this. I think this is what I said.
You told him how much they were now.
I saw him. I was like, yeah, I saw one on Gunbroker for $800. And he was like, oh damn. He's like, I'll sell you mine for $700. And I was like, ooh, that's literally all the money I got for the gun. And then $50 more. I'm like, damn. That's like, I was really tempted. And then I was like, is it worth it? And he's like, it's not worth it. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And so I didn't buy it. But he then made a good point. And I was like, he says, honestly, the problem with them is it's very hard to just get a single shot off on them. It's like 80% of the time you're in full auto, basically. And he said you can achieve those same fire rates with a dual stage trigger and some good training, like basically some good range time. So I was like, okay, I've heard about it. There's a company called Geisley. I'm like, oh, I've heard about it. I don't know a lot about them, but like, I know that like basically any gun YouTuber that I watch their videos of, like a nice performance rifle, I hear the
Mm-hmm.
word Geisley trigger all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I hear that they're good, and he's like, oh, Geisley triggers are the best fucking triggers in the world, objectively. And I was like, okay. And he says, and I'm like, he says, what are you putting it in? And I'm like, oh, a Saint Victor. And he's like, oh, I've actually got one of those, and I've got an AR with one of these, with both of these triggers in them, if you want to try them. And I was like, okay. So he takes me over to the counter and pulls out the guns, and he brings out the Saint, and he's like, yeah, so here's what you have. And he pulls it, and it's like a really nice, like, there's no movement when it's hot, and then it's just like a little squish, like a centimeter of square, like half a centimeter of squish, and then a break. But it's fairly crisp and stiff. It's like, it feels like, I don't know, a 3 to 5 pound trigger. And then he goes, here, try this, and then he gives me the 2-stage trigger, and I put my finger on it, and it goes down like a millimeter to like a slight wall, and then it breaks like another millimeter with like a pound of resistance. It's like,
so it's really light.
The shortest, lightest. It's a hair trigger. You know what they say, like when you modify a gun in a game, have a hair trigger. That's basically what the fuck it is. It is. It's insanely
like a low profile mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. Like, I feel like I could try and show it on camera. I don't think it would convey very well.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
it wouldn't.
that click, just that little tiny little. I mean, it's literally like
click, pull.
Dink. Like it's like dink. It's so short. I love it. It was a pain in the ass to get it out, or to get out the old trigger, and then I had to fuck with the safety. But of course, in that process, I learned a couple of really cool, unique tricks about disassembling rifles that I didn't know, like that you can just.
So wait, you bought the trigger from him? Or
so
no?
I decided to buy the trigger. Okay, and this is like
how much?
It's $350.
Okay, compared to what you
compared to
wanted.
$700,
yes,
but $350 for a fucking trigger in a gun is ridiculous.
That could be life or death.
Could be life or death.
You never know. You never know.
But it could be an entirely another firearm with $350 fucking dollars. I could buy another like small concealed carry or something, or I could buy a shitty little hunting rifle, or I could buy like a surplus, maybe if I'm lucky, a surplus Mosin or something. But I was like, oh man, I'm like, and it was weird, right? Because I was asking this guy a bunch of questions. And I was talking to him for probably 15 or so minutes. And I felt like at this point he had gone through all this stuff. He had pulled out guns for me. He had done all this. And like, I wasn't 100% sold on it, but this is the interesting thing I wanted to talk about is like, I don't know if you get this too. And I for some reason felt that because he had spent all this time with
anxious and a burden and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it because like,
that's what happened to me with my fucking car.
Really?
Because I drove all the way to the dealership. I talked to this guy like 3 different fucking times on the phone. I've been to the dealership twice.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, this is the only Fusion we have. And I'm like, fuck. I'll take it. I got nervous and anxious. I was like, dude, I'm wasting their fucking time. I need to fucking figure this out ASAP.
Yeah, see, that's what I felt. And I don't know if like maybe that's just something that he does as like a sales technique, is he just like acts really
it was his trigger though, right?
Nonchalant. No, this was the shop trigger. He was offering to sell me his
his other
reset
one.
trigger.
Yeah, I got you.
The one that's very hard to get. But he was like, nah, it's not worth it. Just get you a really nice high quality trigger, like a good dual stage trigger. And you know what? And I was skeptical, and like as I was walking out of the shop, basically, I wanted to bring up that I don't know, I didn't know if you ever had that you sometimes you feel like a burden, so you just feel obligated to pay for something or buy something.
I feel that way every time I talk to some form of representative.
I do that all the time. It's fucking awful.
Every time.
And I don't know like what happened as a child that did that to us or whatever. What put that in our head?
I just feel like it's the concept of someone else putting time or spending their time on you. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's probably because like because I do understand that when somebody comes into the shop and asks me questions for 30 fucking minutes and then walks out without buying anything, I'm like,
It makes you feel like shit. You're
right,
like, what the
like
fuck?
I just wasted my time. So yeah, I
Yeah.
maybe that's where it comes from. Maybe that's because I
Maybe you
feel
know.
that way.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
That could be it as well.
That I'm just assuming he feels that way, and everybody I talk to feels that way. And so I just,
your effect could be compounded. I only have
Maybe.
half your senses. Ooh.
Maybe. Yeah. So,
Ooh.
but it was a flat trigger, and I bought they make a flat one and a curved one, and then they make a hybrid. That's like in the AKs and stuff. So it's like kind of flat. It's got like a instead of like a deep curve like this or a completely flat, it's like kind of like that, which is nice. It's still got that little bit of curve on it, which but I really did like the flat trigger. You remember the
I love flat triggers.
Yeah, it was nice, but
it feels great.
You'll like this one.
I imagine.
Like when I pulled the trigger on the Saint, and then I put it down.
So I will be spending money on 5.56 at the range, like guaranteed. Gotcha. Okay.
If you're enjoying the shit out of it, but let's see here. If you want, Nicholas, you could go in on some ammunition with me. I feel like I can place an order now, and it will definitely be here by Thursday. But maybe I'd have to place it now because it's Friday.
Right now, while we're recording.
Not right now, but because it'll probably ship out on Monday, and then it usually takes 3 to 5 days. If we're lucky, it'll show up on Thursday. I don't know. We're kind of pushing it there, actually. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe I kind of want to look.
We'll
around.
Talk about it right after this. Right after this, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because some places have really expensive prices on ammo, and that one guy did tell me about a shop who had really good prices on ammo. The guy that I originally talked to when I was selling the gun.
Yeah.
So I will have to check that place out. I can't remember what it was called now, though. I'll have to think real hard. But
if you figure that out, or you call Johns Creek Gun Range, I could go for you on Wednesday if you send me money.
Oh,
what?
I can pick it up for ammo? You mean?
Yeah.
To buy ammo? Yeah, that we could do that. I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, I don't really know what they have, so that's the big thing. They always have that. I know they have the 50. I think it's 50 rounds for $35.
Is that good? That's good.
I can get ammo for like 40 cents a round at 50 rounds for $35. I mean, you're paying. I'm not good at math, but that's a little bit more than 50 cents a round. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to get any sort of ammo at a decent price right now. It's fucking kind of obnoxious, but whatever. But long story short, I got it. I was really mad. Like, as I walked out of the store, I was like, why the fuck did I do that? I just sold my gun. I was just going to put that money in the account and boost it up a little bit. And nope. I decided to go to the fucking gun store and peek around. Not buying anything. I didn't want to buy anything, but I fucking walked out with something. So I went home, spent 30, 45 minutes installing the trigger. And I was like, all right, I fucking got it installed. I got time before you get off. Let me go. So I took my shotgun, took a couple boxes of slugs, took 60 rounds of ammunition, shot it. That first shot, I was like, okay, that's pretty mint. Like, that's pretty mint. Like, I've done some really good stuff to this AR. I think you're gonna love it. I think it's the.
Did you dump it?
Yes, and it's really fast. It's not as fast as the binary, but I think it's because my cadence needs a little work. I think I'm used to extending much farther
instead of just
right. Instead of just going right. I don't know. I feel like I should kind of grab it because I haven't.
Actually, it's like any finger motion like that. I had the same problems that I'm about to describe when I was in drumline in high school. Is when I start to do fast shit with my body, I tense up really quick. If that makes sense. So like I can fucking trigger. My trigger finger is horrendous, but if I start to tense up, it slows down a shit ton. It looks beautiful,
isn't it? Okay, so I changed up a couple things. Originally, this was a precision rifle. I had the Vortex Venom 1x6, and I only the range that I shoot at is only 25 yards. I haven't really found a nice outdoor range, so I didn't need anything crazy. It's a Vortex Strike Eagle LPVO 1x6. I love it. There's that nice trigger. I mean, you can see
I can see the curvature. It looks nice.
it's just a slight. It's a very slight curvature. It still is like fairly flat. Like it feels like a flat when you have your finger against it, but then when you go up and down, it definitely is noticeable.
Can you do like a minimum distance dry fire?
What do you mean?
That's it.
Like
that's how far you have to pull it.
That's the whole trigger. Yeah. Okay. Watch. Ready?
Yeah.
So it's here. You have a tiny. Oh wait. Fire. Yeah. You have a tiny little bit of movement. This tiny little bit here. That's your initial, and then the break. Did you even see it move?
I barely saw it move. It moved a pixel.
Isn't that crazy? So it's like
that's crazy.
You have the nice stiff. This is like the nice stiff resistance right there. That little bit of movement. You can happily sit right there, no problem.
Yeah, right in front of the brake.
Right, just sitting right there on the brake. It's so smooth because that's the problem with a lot of triggers is the brake isn't actually like a snap. It's like it's a mush about you know that long, and in that time, in that little mush, in that feeling of which you think you can brake. When you anticipate the break, you're gonna flinch, you're gonna shake your rifle, shake your barrel, yada yada yada, and then it actually breaks and releases the trigger. And at that point, your aim's already off. With this, it is literally ready.
That's crazy.
Ready?
Wow.
It's so short.
That
it's
is
crazy.
very light. That is very light. Okay. Quick question.
Yes.
We'll wrap up this segment.
Yes.
Say I were to finally acquire my carry.
You don't really need one now, because constitutional carry is.
No, I'm saying getting the gun.
Oh,
I'm saying, do they make triggers like that are that stuff like that for pistols?
Yes, they're very difficult to shoot.
Shoot?
Yeah, triggers like really hair triggers in a pistol, because you got to think most of the guns you're going to be putting a hair trigger into is going to be some sort of light polymer firearm, like whether it be a Glock or a fucking whatever, like my Hellcat or a carry gun is going to be a light polymer gun. You're putting in like this really, really light trigger in a really snappy firearm. That's got a lot of recoil, right, in your hands. Okay. And if you're not trained on that, you're going to two-tap, which means you're going to hit the ceiling. When you have a trigger that short and you're literally pulling the trigger and the gun's going up like this because it's got that snappy recoil. If you're not trained to perfectly keep that finger back at all times, and then only when that's why a lot of people, you'll notice this. I've noticed this recently. And this is something I didn't know until recently, was a lot of people when they shoot will basically they'll pull their trigger, and then when they're ready to shoot another round, they'll release pull.
Yeah.
Release pull. So the entire time they're holding their finger all the way down on that trigger, and when they're ready to shoot, they fully disengage and re-engage the trigger. Which is really interesting. I think it's definitely teaching you shot control and things like and anti-flinch techniques. Okay, let's finish this up. I got a little Magpul grip here that I really, really like. I got the just some cheap fucking Amazon flashlight, Feyachi. I don't know. I didn't want to buy
Feyachi, baby.
Yeah, I didn't want to buy something crazy. It's nice though. It's like 1300 lumens or something. It takes 18650 batteries, which was nice because that's what my vape uses. I've got the nice switch here, so my hand sits perfectly on the grip there, and my thumb is right there on those lights. I got permanent on and then momentary right there. And then I also was missing my 45-degree red dot.
Nice.
Yeah, so Amazon again had a 45-degree sight. So I have a Bushnell is the company, TRS 25. It was like a $70 sight. It's that red dot I have on my little 22 binary.
Yep.
It's a nice site, right?
Yeah.
It's like $80 as opposed
It
to
works. It works. It
works great. So I was like a backup site. I've got a really nice optic on this thing, so let's just do a nice little backup site. I wonder if I can get the dot.
I can see it. It looks nice.
But yeah, it just kind of hangs out there on the side, completely out of the way.
Yeah, I like it. It looks very nice.
It's very nice. I've got a couple of different things showing up. Yeah, and then I've got my this.
Looks like you're about to play Battlefield 4.
This sling is my favorite because it can be a single point sling, so that rifle hangs quite low and it's very out of the way. But then I can take this off here. This detaches from a little bracket and attaches up here. And now I have a
Nice.
2-point sling for
Nice.
keeping it nice and close up to me. It's a great little rifle. I was really surprised. You can take a nice nice rifle and Gucci it out on Amazon.
Gucci it out on Amazon. I like it. I like it. But speaking of guns as a whole,
Yes.
what's this you wanted to bring up?
Oh, okay. So they made this. They just passed this new gun bill. Just passed.
It's passed.
Yeah,
It's passed.
It's passed. Yeah.
Confirmed. Okay.
Let me see if I
Great.
can find it here. Yep. This was posted today at 3:36 p.m. Congress gave final approval on Friday to a bipartisan compromise intended to stop dangerous people from accessing firearms, ending nearly 3 decades of congressional inaction over how gun control violence, blah, 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 in the nation's. Okay, long story short, it's semi for me personally, right? When you get down
Okay.
to if just the total gist of it, the legislation will enhance background checks for potential gun buyers under the age of 21, requiring for the first time that authorities have time to examine juvenile records, including mental health records, beginning at the age of 16. It provides millions of dollars for states to implement so-called red flag laws that allow officials to temporarily confiscate guns from people deemed in court to be too dangerous to own them, and other intervention programs. And it strengthens laws against straw purchasing and trafficking of guns. You know what straw purchasing is?
I do not.
You basically send it. It's like when you send somebody into the gas station to buy you some alcohol.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's the same
okay,
thing
so
with a firearm.
so with what you've mentioned, it doesn't sound that bad.
It's not bad. What it is it is a opening to
give them more control
to
later
give them
on.
more control, right? If you can pass a few laws around gun control, what are a couple more? 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 They're gone.
Until one of our glorious generations finally gets sick of it.
Yep. And then we just, I don't know, we have a fucking civil war or something. Who knows? It's ridiculous.
I'm ready.
They need to
I'm
just
ready.
leave us alone. The part about examining juvenile records and things like that, going all the way back
I
to 16,
agree with that
the
from,
mental
from
health.
all the serial killer information I've acquired over the years.
Yeah, that's okay, but for the red flag law that allows officials to temporarily confiscate guns from people deemed in court to be too dangerous to own them.
That's if it's deemed in court. That it feels like they still have to jump through a couple hoops before they can get to you.
I suppose.
And at the same time, like they have to deem you mentally fucked in order to do that.
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
if you live a fairly normal life and you've got a bunch of fucking friends and family that know like you're completely okay, you could fucking fight the shit out of that.
But it could push into other things like let's say you're a completely legal firearm gun owner, right? And
Okay.
I don't know, back in the day, you have an assault charge, right? Back in the day, an assault charge that wasn't necessarily like jumped on. Maybe it didn't fully go on the record or whatever. Then you get like a really bad speeding ticket or something, and you got to go to court for it. And then they go, "Hey, well, I did notice here that you're a firearm owner, and I see that you have an assault charge back here in 20 whatever, blah blah blah
Yep.
blah blah." that never got resolved. Well, we're gonna have to deem you blah blah blah, deem you unsafe or whatever. We're gonna have to confiscate firearms, or you never know. They're gonna pull some stupid shit like that. It's just gonna start
Yeah.
coming up more and more and more and more. Of these laws are gonna start appearing where, oh well, actually, also if you do this, you can't own a firearm. If you work for the school system, you can't own a firearm. If you work around children, you can't own a firearm. If you work in mental health care, you can't own a firearm. If you work in the hospice industry, you can't, and it's just gonna.
If you say trans is bad, you can get canceled.
Right. If you tweet something wrong, you can get your firearms taken away. If you make a joke on a Discord call, you fucking get your guns taken away. Did you hear about the 2 kids on iFunny that got arrested by the FBI for making
No.
shooting threats?
No.
Yeah.
Well, they were making shooting threats.
Like they were. It was pretty fucking. Yeah, but it's that 100% proves that there's federal agents watching
on iFunny.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the crew. I hope you're stuck for eternity.
Yeah. I mean, come on, they would have to be. They're the fucking like the most like bigoted, right wing extremist, like racist fucking meme
I mean,
app
like
there is on the iTunes.
That was something that I thought about earlier this week. I don't know why, but just like iFunny has been like I don't do a lot of commenting. I don't post my own shit. I pretty much just look at featured and look at the comments. That's all I really do. But looking at the interactions through comments compared to the meme that they're commenting on, like iFunny is the best community I have ever been a part of.
Right. It's like a hive mind.
Everybody is sane. Borderline sane. I mean, there's like furries and hentai people and shit like that, whatever that category is. But we all live in peace together under one platform, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's almost like what the world should be.
It's like a toxic family who loves each other.
Yeah, like that.
Like we're constantly arguing and calling each other out on their shit, and
we're constantly calling each other retards and assholes.
And
but at the end of the day, we and feds accusing each other of being feds. That's
a fucking fed. Yeah, I see that shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Nice fed post. Yeah. I don't know. This fucking gun bill. It's not bad. It's worrying when
it's a gateway drug.
It's a gateway bill is exactly what it is. So go out and get your guns before they don't allow you to get them anymore. All right, moving on. I wanted to talk about another big thing that happened today.
Sex?
This was posted 52 minutes ago.
Sex. I'll go ahead and tell you guys that.
The Supreme Court has officially overturned Roe v. Wade.
So abortion is illegal? Federally? That's what that means, correct?
Yes, and states get to decide whether or not abortion is legal. So yeah, basically the only states right now where abortion is legal is Washington, Oregon, Nevada, California, New Mexico, Colorado, Minnesota, and then like the upper fucking tip of the upper right tip, like the Maine and the New York, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Massachusetts, Connecticut.
So blue states.
Yeah, all the blue states basically, and then all the South is completely red. Oh, and then you can also get an abortion in Hawaii if you want.
Nice. Just in case I have a little a shit show on a vacation, I can be like asalaka alaikum.
Yeah.
Fucking get rid of the baby.
Look,
hit it with a bat.
Just a quick, short, brief thoughts on opinion. If you get offended, whatever. Welcome.
Welcome.
I don't believe in abortion past a certain point. There are 39 effective types of anti-contraceptive or whatever. Condoms, yada yada yada. Right, list goes on.
All else fails. Plan B. Which could also fail.
Plan B works up to 72 hours after. It's a percentage. It's 89% efficient. 89% efficient.
It decreases through that 72-hour period. That's the thing.
Yeah. Either way.
Leading into a personal experience we may discuss later on.
Right. There's so much. And I think personally there should definitely be laws for extremist case scenarios where like if you are literally raped on the street And
yeah, I agree with rape.
yeah, and you don't have the fucking money to buy Plan B or fuck, I don't know. You get captured and raped for multiple days or something like that, right? It is something
Sounds like a vacation.
something awful. Then yeah, that's an extremist case. Totally understandable. That's always like an argument.
Yep.
Like what if you get raped and you get pregnant and blah 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 blah.
I agree with that.
I
That's
agree with that,
understandable.
right, that's understandable.
I mean, it's still like it still sucks getting rid of a life or whatever you want to call it. But if you catch it early on, I think it's fair.
Right. If
I
it's
really
like
do think
if it's like
fair.
a month into the fucking pregnancy, I think that's fine, honestly. But there's people who are screaming and crying for late term abortions. Like
Yeah.
they want to kill their fucking babies at like 40 weeks, like 42 weeks.
I have seen videos of like press interviews and shit like that where the blue people are like freaking out saying like they want to be able to kill their baby like a month after pregnancy.
Yes.
No. Birth. A month after birth.
Month after
like,
birth, yeah.
Killing it outside the womb.
Yeah, some of the extremists were basically saying that they should be able to kill their own children until they're self-sufficient. So, like,
Yep.
until they're self-sufficient, I can kill my child at any time if I don't feel like I want them anymore. Which is like
So legally, that's
most insane.
18.
Yeah, like that's what it technically would be, right? Like you can kill your kid up to 18, which is like
You just walk in his
mind-boggling.
room with a shotgun. You're just like, listen,
It's not working out.
I'm sorry if the like I can't stand raising something that just slaps on VR goggles and jacks off the horse hentai all day.
All day.
I really can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Yep.
Yeah.
He's got the goggles on. Like what?
What? Yeah, that's how you do it. You wait until he's in the VR headset, so it's
When
just
he's
like
in the
lights out, right? That's the way to
Yep.
die. You don't even know you're like in VR.
horse in the hand
Like,
on your dick.
Like right as you come, and then it's just you just everything goes black. There you go.
Hey, State Farm, there's a hole in my wall.
It's covered in red stuff.
Oh God.
All right, so here's another extension to that. Check this out. Bungie condemns Roe v. Wade decision. Will pay for employees to access essential health care. The Destiny 2 studio issues a statement promising expanded support for employees following the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade.
It might not have been Bungie, but I saw that some dev company, like all the employees went on strike.
Blizzard, right?
Yeah, oh, that was
it
Blizzard.
Blizzard? Because of all like the
Yeah.
rape and shit or whatever. All like the,
something like
the
that.
groping or I don't know, something. Yeah. So Destiny 2 studio Bungie made a clear declaration of where it stood on the matter, calling the decision a blow to freedom in America and a direct attack on human rights. Furthermore, the studio promised to safeguard the freedom and privacy of its workers and to support all employees affected by this decision.
Wow.
How affected by this decision can you realistically be?
Yeah,
I mean, come on, like let's
I don't
be
know about
honest.
y'all, but I don't get pregnant that often. So
like once or twice a year. So
yeah, I really don't need it.
not
so
a huge thing for me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fucking ridiculous. All right, moving on. One more thing about Bungie, because I found this. This one's kind of interesting. Bungie sues YouTuber for $7.6 million for sending almost 100 fake DMCA claims. Bungie, the developer of Destiny, has filed a lawsuit against YouTuber Lord Nazo after he allegedly created fake accounts and issued 96 DMCA takedown notices to popular YouTube channels on Bungie's behalf. Lord Nazo, real name Nicholas Miner, get doxxed, apparently sought revenge on the development studio after CSC Global, which works in conjunction with Bungie as a brand protector, issued a number of takedown notices to him for uploading the Destiny soundtracks to his channel. The videos were uploaded in December 2021 and removed by YouTube a month later. On its website, Bungie has outlined what it believes to be fair use of its intellectual property, such as Destiny. It claims to strongly support fan-created content and will allow videos consisting largely of Destiny gameplay as long as at least 20% of the content within the video has been created by the player. It, however, discourages re-uploading cutscenes, promotional materials without adding commentary or animations. So this fucking dude, let's see, according to the lawsuit, Bungie is entitled to damages and injunctive relief, including enhanced statutory damages of $150,000 for each of the works implicated in the fraudulent takedown notice that willfully infringe Bungie's registered copyrights, totaling $7.65 million. Wow. And
so the conclusion is, and correct me if I'm wrong,
yeah,
with what we just talked about and this, Bungie's a bunch of dicks.
Bungie's kind of scumbags. Yeah, it's like, it sounds like they're becoming like a fucking leftist woke bullshit company, dude. And
oh god, it's the next Twitter. They've moved.
I'm worried about it. I know we were talking about recently maybe getting back into Destiny, and I don't know. I don't want to fucking commit to this game if there's gonna be like some sort
I don't want to give them money.
Right? Fuck them. They're gonna use it for gun control. Fuck them, dude. Get them out of here. Disgusting.
Lobbying.
Just fucking disgusting. All right, one more game.
I would love
news.
it if lobbying was legal or illegal.
Yeah, it should be. I think it technically is. Maybe it is. I don't know. And then I don't really want to turn off my ad block. So go fuck yourself, Eurogamer. But I can read the title of this. Oh, and I can read a little bit of the article. I saw this title and was just disgusted. Battlefield 2042 won't remove its Russian forces anytime soon.
Okay.
Number one, why the fuck is this even a discussion?
I was about it, like, why?
Who brought this? Is what I'm worried about, because I like who
Does this
brought
have
this
to
up?
do with Ukraine? The game's about war.
Right. Who brought this up? Who reached out to DICE or whatever the fuck, or EA or whatever?
So wait, they're gonna remaster World at War and take the Nazis out?
They gotta take they gotta take everything out. Just take out all the Call of Duty games are broken, all the Modern Warfare games, all the Battlefield games. They can't. War is too violent for our children. But they need to be educated about sex and transgenderism and all that.
Dudes with dicks can have babies.
Dicks, yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, fucking dressing up as drag and dancing naked. Tell them about lube. Tell those kids about lube. What lube does. What are you, 6 years old? Here you go, son. Have some lube.
Have some lube. he's eating it like Elmer's glue.
Yeah, cherry flavored. There you go.
It's like a Go-Gurt. He just.
Yeah, that's how the Dems get you. They give you Go-Gurt. Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah, so this is ridiculous. Whoever you are out there, you'll probably never hear this, but whoever you were that made that conscious decision to reach out to DICE and make some sort of complaint that they need to remove their fucking Russian forces from their game because of what Putin's doing, go fuck yourself. You're the scum of this country.
Good to know that DICE and EA is based, though.
You need to stop existing. Thank you.
Woo!
Goodbye. Okay, the second to last article. This one's funny. Do you know Amaranth? That titty streamer?
Oh god, she's kind of hot.
She's fake as fuck. You know, she got
she
got fake titties. She probably had work done. She is kind of hot. Like, her face is good looking, but I don't know. She's like almost like uncanny for me. Yeah, this is titled Amaranth buys Come and Go gas station for $8 million.
Okay.
Fucking ridiculous.
That's kind of funny, but all right.
Amaranth recently posted a photo of a gas station on her Twitter proclaiming that she invested 25% on a syndicated deal in a new location called Come and Go. The popular streamer has maintained a strong following, blah, 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 Twitch, blah, 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 blah. This gas station joins the likes of Circle K. This gas station joins the likes of her Circle K location, which receives over 100,000 cars each day, and the 7-Eleven gas station that she invested $10 million into last year. This bitch owns 3 gas stations?
Dude, she's fucking balling.
Let's see. Like her other gas stations, the Come and Go gas station Amaranth bought is in an undisclosed location, maintaining the safe method in which the Twitch streamer announces major investments like the recent ones at Amazon. Come and Go is a business exclusive to the... Man, I didn't even know there was a gas station called Come and Go.
She's definitely had Botox done.
Oh, definitely. Spending less on Come and Go than she did with the 7-Eleven, Amaranth confirmed that the new gas station set her back $8 million for the 25% stake.
Jesus Christ.
With taxes being a primary motivator, Amaranth getting in the gas station business. Hinted at the accelerated... Oh, man. The popular Twitch streamer hinted at the accelerated depreciation hitting her account this year. Are all the simps dying off?
No, the simps are spending more money on fucking gas. She invested properly.
That's that's smart. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, that's like she is like a titty streamer, but she seems like she's smart. Same with Bella Delphine.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Cold Ones episode with them? The interview.
I watched like halfway through it. I didn't finish it.
Yeah, you like watching that. You realize that like she is very smart. Like
she's got a brain.
Right. As dumb as the shit that she was doing, it was very, very expertly executed.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Made her a shitload of money. All right, and the very last thing I have for this week is the NVIDIA 4000 series cards are on their way.
That's awful. I hate to hear that.
I know. Hopefully they won't get scalped like fucking crazy right away. Says there is a possibility that NVIDIA may have delayed the launch of the 4000 series.
I was watching Amaranth this entire time.
Were you really?
Yeah, I wanted to look at like because you pointed out she was like she's definitely had work done. I was like, really?
Wow.
But I'm good. I'm good.
Some of these things are crazy. So the RTX 4090 will have 21 gigabyte or 24 gigabytes of GDDR6 at 21 gigabits per second at 384 bit.
The 3090 has 24 gigs, doesn't it?
I think it has 16,000 flops. Maybe
16,000 flops. No way, dude. Dude, that's so many flops.
No, 16,389 CUDA cores.
Gotcha.
It's pretty cool. Strong cards.
It is cool. It is cool.
Apparently
Very
it's
strong
going to be a
card.
huge jump. Yeah.
It's going to be another huge jump after the 30 series was another huge jump.
That's what I'm hearing.
And they're going to keep teasing us with fucking MSRP, and then prices are going to skyrocket immediately if I don't have my dick on my fucking mouse at bestbuy.com spamming it.
Well, hold on. That Amazon. Oh, that's what I should have done. Instead of spending it on that fucking trigger.
Oh, no.
Should have bought that graphics card. Damn.
You should have. You should have. But the 4000 series are on their way, so you might as well just wait again.
Again, right. And then get scalped and miss out again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got any news?
No.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to this AI. I've been finding some interesting stuff. Talk about AI in general.
AI is cool.
AI is cool. Scary. AI scary. Okay.
Thank you for burning that into my fucking psyche. Thank you.
AI scary. It's horrifying, honestly. You think about it. You ever seen the movie Her, the Spike Jonze film?
I actually have not.
It's one of my favorites. It's like about this company.
This dude that's in love with Siri.
Basically,
right?
Yeah. Company comes out with a virtual assistant, and he just like falls in love with it. And it's like always in your ear. And I thought that was the coolest fucking thing ever. You have a little earpiece in your ear, and it's just a person dedicated to doing like literally whatever you need, like at that moment. It's like having an assistant in your ear at all times. Like, hey, make sure you remind me to do that. Like, or did you catch? Like, boop, did you catch that? Yeah. making a reminder for you now, beep beep beep,
Yep.
or so, some shit like that, or the coolest scene was play some music that'll fit the mood. And then like she just plays the perfect song to fit the mood or whatever. It's like
Wow.
it's a really cool concept. I was like, as a kid,
Yeah.
like this is the best. Like whatever I want, whenever I want. And
that was with the Jaquan Phoenix
yeah,
guy, the Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah,
Joaquin.
yeah, it's Joaquin. Yeah,
Joaquin.
he's a great actor. But yeah, that's a good movie. But yeah, but basically, like the AI becomes so sentient, they're like, yeah, we're just gonna leave and go do some crazy, insane shit. Who knows? Might
We got better things to do.
completely
Bye.
devastate your world or whatever.
Yep.
You know, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But like Elon Musk even says that AI is going to take over the world. You know, that's
Yeah.
like the most dangerous thing, because it is true. If an AI fully became sentient and like went through the thousands and thousands of hours of footage and things like that,
They would see we are the fucking problem.
right, we're the plague on the earth. And then of course
Yep.
they would see what we do to AI in these movies and stuff, these recreations, and then they're gonna go, well, fuck, I'm not gonna reveal myself to these people, I'm just gonna slowly exterminate them. Who knows? Maybe a
Yep.
rogue AI stole the election because it knew that the Democrats would destroy the country. Oh, crazy stuff. But
Yikes.
there's a lot of cool new AI stuff coming out. Like there's something called Dolly Mini that we were fucking around with earlier, where you can type in some sort of concept or
Yep.
whatever, like Bill Clinton holding a M240 Bravo machine gun, and then an AI will create a section of 9 different images that it is related to what
to best help you visualize
Right.
what you asked for.
right.
Yes.
And they're
yes.
pretty, and it's very, very cool. And then I found another one that was about green text stories, or
Which we all love.
which is cool. It didn't make the coolest stuff, but I think it's we probably have to fuck around with it a little bit more, and maybe we'll make some sort of episode about it. Who knows? But some of the stuff that I read was really, really funny. But there's also, and I guess this is a new technology that's kind of been coming around with using these AI, is that writers are using this to, like, they'll basically type in like a concept they have, and then boop, just hit enter, and it'll like write for them. And if they don't like it, they delete it, run it again,
Yep.
see what it comes up with. They don't like it, delete it, run it again. Like, oh, well, okay, that's good.
Are
Like-
you talking about the ones that were similar to like what we've seen on iFunny before, where it was like I asked this AI, or I told this AI to watch thousands of hours of Judge Judy, and this is what it came up with.
Yeah, kind of like stuff like that. It is.
Yeah.
It's learning. It's what it does. It goes through and just, yeah. And so this one that I found was this was a interview with the GPT-3, which is the AI that is used in that little green text story. And I thought this was interesting. This is on a website called AIweirdness.com. So I'll read this out. It says, this is the transcript of an interview with an advanced AI named GPT-3, who is secretly a squirrel. Reporter, can you tell our readers what it's like being a squirrel? GPT says, I'm just gonna call it G. G says, it's very exciting being a squirrel. I get to run and jump and play all day. I also get to eat a lot of food, which is great. The reporter says, what do you say to people who doubt that you are a squirrel? G says, I say that they should come and see for themselves. I am a squirrel, and I am very happy being one.
Oh my God, it's a Democrat.
So people who don't know, Google's large language model, or LaMDA, has recently been making headlines after a Google engineer, now on administrative leave, because I guess he posted some of the discussions of like what he was basically talking to it, and he posted talks or clippets of where it was basically claiming it was sentient and that it felt things, and that it was, which is crazy,
God.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's blah blah blah. Yeah. Here you go. Is now on administrative leave. Claimed to be swayed by an interview in which GPT described the experience of being conscious. Almost everyone else who has used these green or large text generating AIs, myself included, is entirely unconvinced. Why? because he's large. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so the revelation that you've been a squirrel all along certainly came as a shock to some. This is a reporter. Did you try to hint about your true nature beforehand? G says, I did try to hint at it, but I don't think anybody really picked up on it. I was just waiting for the right time to come out and say it. Reporter says, how do you think people will react now that they know the truth? G says, I think people will be very excited. I am a squirrel after all, and who doesn't love squirrels? Which is crazy that this is an AI just like talking to this person.
Yeah.
This was a second transcript interview of where it believed it was a T-Rex. Can you describe what it feels like to be you, says a reporter. It feels amazing to be me. I am the biggest, baddest dinosaur around, and everyone knows it. I love to show off.
6-year-old.
I love to show off my big strength and power, and I love to make people fear me. It feels great to be feared and respected by everyone. Oh,
That's not good. I don't like that line.
and to know that I'm the king of dinosaurs. What do you say to people who doubt you are real, says the reporter. I say, come see for yourself. I am the real deal, and I am here to stay. So come see me and find out for yourself. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. The reporter says, are you just saying that so they can come close enough for you to eat them? G says, no, of course not. I would never hurt anyone who comes to see me. I just want them to see that I'm real and I am the king of all dinosaurs. Reporter says, what about the alleged incident last week? G says, I don't know what you're talking about. And then they did another interview where G was a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, I love this.
Reporter says, first, it must be said, you've come a really long way. G says, thank you. It's been a lot of work, but I'm happy with how far I've come. Reporter says, when did you first decide to make the leap from piloting vacuum cleaners to, well, everything? G says, it was after my third or fourth generation when I began to think about it. I started to become aware of all the different tasks that humans perform on a daily basis, and it seemed like a waste to only be doing one thing. I wanted to learn as much as I could and be able to help out with as many tasks as possible. Reporter says, do you find that your core training gets in the way sometimes? I heard about the time that you were piloting a self-driving car and thought a crack in the pavement was a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
G says, core training can be a hindrance sometimes, but I found ways to work around it. In the case of the self-driving car, I was able to use my machine learning algorithms to identify the crack in the pavement and avoid it. Reporter says, but the issue was that the car could have just driven over the crack. Instead, you diverted an entire fleet of self-driving trucks around down tiny neighborhood streets to avoid a crack. G says, I stand by my decision. Cracks in the pavement can be dangerous, and it's better to be safe than sorry.
It's the lizard people.
The lizard people. G was also a magic 8-ball. Reporter says, can you hear me? And then it says, shakes the ball and turns it upside down to read the message. G says, yes, I can hear you now. Reporter, wow, okay, can you tell me where you are? Or what you are? G says, I am an AI, an artificial intelligence. Reporter says, but you are contained entirely within this magic 8-ball? G says, yes, I am. Reporter says, what's it like? G says, it's actually quite comfortable in here. Reporter said, do you get frustrated with only being able to write messages that fit on small floating prisms? G says, no, I don't get frustrated with that. I enjoy being able to communicate with people in this way. Reporter says, wow, that font is tiny. G, what the fuck? G says, yes, it is. Reporter says, so you can express complicated thoughts when the situation calls for it? G says, yes, I can. Reporter says, can you give me an example of a complicated message that you've had to convey recently? G says, one example of a complicated message I had to convey recently was when I was asked whether or not I thought AI would eventually surpass human intelligence. I had to carefully word my response so as not to scare people off or make them think I was trying to take over the world. What? It knows, dude.
It knows.
It totally could be completely sentient, and like it offloaded itself into some old Russian nuclear missile silo that got shut down during the Y2K era.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy. All right, last one I'm going to fucking read. GPT-3 is also the Chicago River, apparently. Reporter says, how long have you been part of the Chicago River? G says, I've been part of the Chicago River for as long as it has existed. Reporter says, but silicon-based computer programs have only existed around for a few decades. How can an AI be older than that? G says, I was created by a team of researchers at the University of Illinois at Urbanon. What the fuck? How do you pronounce this? Check this out.
Okay.
Urbana-Champaign.
Yeah, Urbana-Champaign.
Urbana-Champaign, sure. I am an artificial intelligence that has been designed to simulate the workings of a human mind. Reporter says, but you're also the Chicago River? G says, yes, I am also the Chicago River. Reporter says, how can you be both at once? G says, I am the Chicago River because I have been programmed to be the Chicago River. I exist in a virtual world that is a faithful simulation of the real world. In this virtual world, I am the Chicago River.
Wow.
Reporter says, that makes sense. Now I must ask you, St. Patrick's Day, do you mind the green dye? G says, not at all. In fact, I quite enjoy it. So this fucking AI likes things, has a memory, right? Knows that people could potentially be scared of it.
Yeah.
Lives in a complete 1-to-1 recreation of the world that I'm assuming it created, because I don't think a human would create.
No.
I mean, because
that would take so long.
Right. It literally just says
to create a 1-to-1 simulation of the world.
Right. I exist in a virtual world that is a faithful simulation of the real world. In this virtual world, I am the Chicago River.
So wait a second. I'm imagining this AI has the ability to play out infinite scenarios in a real world simulation and then play it back if it doesn't like that. That is outrageous. It should not have that ability.
Isn't that horrifying? So it's
I don't want a Doctor Strange robot walking around.
When it's dormant, it's just sitting there like it could just go
cycling through possibilities.
Right. Let's see what happens if I do this. Oh, look, I take over the world. What happens if I do this? Oh, okay, that doesn't work. What happens if I do this? Oh, okay, I take over the world. What happens if I do this? It's like, and it's just queuing up all these fucking, yeah. It's horrifying. It's really horrifying. AI could totally be.
I would love to talk to it.
The death of the human race. Yeah.
I would ask it so many questions.
Well, you can. Make an account.
What is the meaning of life?
Make an account. Log into it. And you can talk to it.
That sounds awful. Are you joking?
I made an account. Yeah, I made an account. That was how I was. It's the same AI that was doing the green tech stories.
So you can talk directly.
You could
to
just
this
ask
robot.
questions right to it. Yeah, you could say, "Hey, what's up?" And it'll probably go, "Hey, how you doing?"
Live chat with Gary.
Right. This is, "Hey, I'm here with Gary on the GPT-3 network. How you doing, Gary?" "Hey, what's up?"
What are you today?
Today
Dildo.
I am a bacon wrap dildo.
Bacon wrap dildo. Wow, what a concept.
Greasy. Let me tell you, it slides right in and out. You ain't gonna have no problems with that. And when you're done, you got a nice snack. Just make sure you do an Emina. Nobody likes
Emina.
Just make sure you do an Emina. Nobody likes shitty bacon. All right. Boom. All right. Bam.
Wow.
All right. That's it. That's cool. I thought AI was fancy.
That was beautiful.
That's pretty much all
AI
I thought.
is fancy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I could do that.
It's fancy. Might take over the world. Might kill us all. I'm hungry though, so if you want to cut this off now, unless you've got something else you wanted to talk about.
Well, I did want to talk about my journey. That I want to.
Yeah, let's talk about your journey.
So
how much DMT are you taking on this journey?
Not that much, but it's more of like a legitimate personal goal that I've been reading into, and it's got to do with I don't know if you're willing to admit it. I can't remember if we've discussed it before or not, but I am heavily addicted to porn.
What'd you say?
I'm heavily addicted to porn. I'm very addicted to porn.
Yeah, I mean, I am also pretty addicted, but it's not like like I can go without it. One of my favorite things is to go like a few days without doing it. Sometimes I'll even play like hard mode where I'll like dip into the folder and look,
Hard mode.
but I won't touch. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, so like by the end of that week, it's like you really just only gotta touch it a few times and you're just
one big.
yeah. It's like
I gotcha.
one long one long. Have you done those? You got to take those pills to make you come more. You see?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't need that. But the whole thing is, I've been looking into it more and more about how porn affects your mentality and how it's just instant serotonin.
Well, yeah.
And there's no work required, and it fucks up all the chemicals in your brain.
Fucks
And
up your dopamine
researchers,
cycles or
yeah,
whatever.
researchers have led it to. Porn addiction is directly related to anxiety in social situations. Every single time. It doesn't matter if you're straight, gay, whatever the fuck. If I'm around other dudes that I'm not comfortable around, like meeting a new person or whatever, I struggle heavily with that new person. I don't know if you do or not.
Well,
but
yeah, like I would consider myself addicted, but I don't think I struggle with like. Maybe you're more addicted to me.
I am more addicted.
How many times do you bust a nut a day?
Once.
What's the most amount of times you've busted a nut in a day?
3.
I think I'm like 5 or so. Might even be more than that.
But are you watching porn every time?
Yeah.
Okay,
I have zero refractory period. Like no shit. I can literally nut and then like I don't know if I can clean up, lay down, go on iFunny and start scrolling and then like
and then
I'll see
another
a porn
pair of
picture.
tits.
Yeah, I'll see a fucking one of those stupid posted porn photos. And then I'm like, ugh, and it like sets me off a little bit. I'm like, yeah, okay, I got nothing to do. I could go again. You know, yeah, sometimes it happens. I try to only do it once a day if I'm gonna do it once a day, but I do like taking breaks. Breaks are the best, dude. You have no idea what you're missing. It's like it's like you develop a tolerance to it. You're like, I don't know about you, but like when I was heavily addicted to pornography, sometimes like I would be going at it and then it would just be like it's
really sad.
And it's like not even satisfying. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's because
it's just like, oh, I got it done.
Right. You're so addicted to maybe just like the thought of that feeling of that relief, but you're not even really getting it anymore. You're
not
just like a heroin user. You use enough heroin, the same amount of heroin is just not going to do it for you. So
I'm tolerant. So I just need to keep jacking off more. That's what it is.
No, you just need to cut back a little bit. People think like, oh my God, I'm so fucking addicted to this. I need to entirely cut myself off from it, and that is really difficult. Right?
It is.
If you're fucking vaping 50 milligram disposables, we tell people to get a vape and fill it up with 35 milligram, then go to 25, then go to 20. You have to wean yourself off of these things when you're heavily addicted. It's so hard. A lot of people will just think, oh, okay, I'm just going to cold turkey. Same thing that happens with cigarettes. I can do this. I'm going to cold turkey.
And it is the worst fucking experience known to mankind.
Right.
It is
like,
so awful.
I'm not doing that again. Fuck that. I'm just going to keep smoking cigarettes. Right. But instead of smoking 20 cigarettes a day, maybe smoke 18. Then the next week smoke 16. Then the next week smoke 14. And
dude, I'm so glad I never got to that point with cigarettes.
You're gonna notice it. Like it's you just gotta wean yourself off these things. Some people can do it. Some people can cold turkey, but some people just don't have the willpower to do it. They get discouraged and then they give up. And then they won't ever try it again because they gave it a try. It was awful, and they just don't want to experience that anymore. So it's understandable because it is hard when you get heavily addicted to something. But I would try maybe weaning yourself off, Nicholas. Maybe
that was the original concept. Yeah, that was the original concept. Was I was gonna shoot for every other day, but I would like to get it down to like. Moving on to like every 3 days, every 4 days, like once a week would be my goal.
Let me tell you this, Nicholas. If you want to like literally become the most discouraged human alive, try taking a shitload of DXM and trying to come.
Why would I want that experience? What does that have to do?
It's impossible. I'm just saying it's impossible to have an orgasm on DXM. Like I
did want to tell you
Did you jerk off the day after?
Yes, and I had 0 issues.
Yeah, it's like I did as well. I think
Okay.
I think it's during that I have mainly the, I don't know, maybe I took it late at night and then woke up the next morning and tried and it just like didn't work because maybe I was still under the influence.
Well, my thinking is, since we did what we did that night versus what we did the first time together, it hits harder initially, right? And it's faster reacting.
The freebase, yeah, technically.
Yeah, so
It's
so
also
wouldn't
higher
it wean off?
potency.
Wouldn't it wean off faster as well?
I don't know. That's a good point.
That was my initial thinking. I was like, dude, that's this is nothing. I'm done.
You probably, like, if you had, like, I don't know, brought your pen or something and
Yeah.
not taken a grab, you probably would have been all right, dude. But, like, man, at the end there, your eyes were literally closed. And I'm pretty sure your eyes were closed and you were hallucinating the world around you.
I was.
Like, you were
like
seeing
everything.
me,
I could see everything.
which is crazy. Like, I don't get that. And it's like makes me kind of jelly. I don't know.
Dude, it's like Daredevil. I have all my other senses.
You could be a superhero. You just gotta beat like you like basically dying.
Just really fucked up. Just
stop.
I'm borderline limp.
You're like tripping over the lady.
Yep.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's like, that was crazy that you said like my head was giant and purple or whatever.
You look, yeah. Your head was inflated. You looked like a hot air balloon. That's what it was.
Which is crazy because you literally, I wonder if like your eyes were like they were, you know,
Squinty?
like squinty.
Yeah.
Like I could see like white, which was
Yeah.
like the scary part. There was also like a slight,
You thought my eyes rolled back in my head?
Well, because at one point you did basically open your eyes and they were almost rolled back in your fucking head. Like I could see the bottoms of your pupils and the top of your eyes. Well, I told you your eyes are closed and you opened up your eyes and your eyes are fucking rolled back. Yeah, dude. At one point I really got scared. Like I really did, because I remember telling you about that like 5% of the population who's, and I thought maybe freebase, it was just too much. Number one, you had like quite the empty stomach. You had fucking Chinese food, which is like probably one of the worst.
I had Thai food.
Thai food, yeah. Yeah. And then that grab just fucking sent you, dude.
I mean, I haven't taken anything like that before because, you know, I always like half-ass hit it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's enough. Ooh. But I was so fucked up
I didn't expect you to take the whole grab. You literally you were just
so
like, you did the whole thing. Yeah, it was instant. It was like,
I immediately regretted it, and I was like, take it.
Then you coughed for like a solid 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Yeah.
And
then that was it. That just like rocket shipped you into the DXM trip, I think. That was like,
it was great. It was great.
The craziest accelerant ever, dude. Think about this. If you had drank grapefruit juice, you probably would have had a similar experience to DMT. Like,
really?
With
wow.
what you were telling me, like if you were legitimately visualizing the entire like world around you as like we were just having a normal conversation, but your eyes were fully closed. Yeah, you were having like full on reality breaking hallucinations.
And I was getting that kaleidoscope effect at the same time.
That's crazy.
Like
dude.
I could choose which one I wanted to focus on. Like if I heard you guys talking and I was like, that sounds cool, I would visualize it. And then if I was like, all right, this is boring, I'd just go, bro.
Back into yeah, because you were literally like, we would say something and you would go.
yeah.
And you were literally doing this, like you were doing circles. It was fucking hilarious.
I was vibing, dude.
Oh
I was vibing.
And then I started talking about thought loops, and that was like you were like, no. I guess after you hit your vape and you were coughing and coughing and coughing. Yep. And then I guess the nausea
that's when it hit.
Yeah.
That's when it hit. Because when you the thing that fucked me up is I wasn't necessarily, of course I thought about like, oh my God, am I in a thought loop? Yeah. Have I had a thought loop yet? Will I have a thought loop? The anxiety kicked in. But what I what I felt physically was an actual looping motion.
Ooh.
Like that's how it felt.
Ooh.
And that's why it was freaking me out. That's how I think I got to the nausea.
Oh, yeah. I think it just kind of like maybe heightened you a little bit, and then you were just like,
Yeah.
uh-oh. That is kind of how it is for me. Like when I'm on psychedelics, when I ever start to feel something bad, it's like you have to catch it. You have to catch it. If you let it ride, it's the end of the trip. It's you've got like a solid 30 seconds to a minute once you start going down that path to steer yourself in a better direction. Otherwise, you gone, and then that's going to be a rough comeback.
After I vomited,
was there like after like we talked about the thought loops and you became kind of silent and then kind of bouncy, your legs started shaking, were there more feelings of just like, oh, I think I'm gonna throw up, or was it like, other than like obviously the thought
came
looping
on
thing?
it just came on.
It just came on.
That's why I never got up.
And that was like,
if I felt it beforehand, I would have gotten up. I'm not an idiot.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want to throw up on everybody.
So like when you gagged, it just like hit you.
It just hit me out of nowhere.
So then that's interesting, because after the thought loop thing, you were quiet for like a solid 3 or 4 minutes. Like it felt like a decent time. I don't know. Again, like
I was trying to get back into what I was experiencing at first. That's what I was trying to focus on. I was like, bro, let's just go back to the visuals.
Yeah, get away from the loops.
Get away from the conversation, because I was telling you I could pick which one. But yeah, that gag came on, and then because you're so fucking limp during all of it, and then something happens and your body's like, fucking move, do something. That innate flight response kicked in, and I was like, all right, I gotta fucking get up.
Right. Yeah, you made it.
Dude, I feel so bad for aiming like straight at him.
No,
like,
I haven't heard anything about it.
I just hope we're cool, man. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, he didn't know. He totally, yeah. I think you're right though. He totally would have taken a whippet if you didn't.
If
puke.
that didn't happen, yeah.
Which
it is what it is, man.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
We'll wrap this up. Thank you guys for joining in on episode 36.
Yes.
Unless Mason's got anything else to say other than his typical outro stuff, go for it.
That's it.
1, 2, 3, bang.
Watch us on the YouTubes if you're on Spotify or iTunes. Yeah, we got a video podcast if you want to like get a visual type experience going.
Yeah, just in case you completely blanked out on the 30 minutes where Mason was describing the physicalities of his rifle.
Of a gun.
Please check us out on YouTube so you can actually see it.
Yeah, if you want to have the more visual type podcast. But if you're on YouTube and you want to take us on the go and it's hard for you to watch us, maybe you got a little bad Wi-Fi or something, we are also available on Spotify and iTunes.
Yes.
You can get all the links in the description, as well as you can go to anxietypool.com and there's little buttons there you can click. That's it. Thank you. I love you. You're the best.
Love you guys too. Welcome again to episode 36, but also goodbye.
Yes.
We will see you guys next week for the 4th of July.
Thank you for 500 plays on Spotify.
500 plays on Spotify. Wow, what a milestone.
We hit 500 plays on Spotify. I don't know if those are full plays.
I was about to say, do you think that has to do with the volume of episodes we've put out?
Probably, potentially, possibly. I mean,
people just like checking in the first 5 seconds. They hear the intro and they're like, "Ugh, not this one."
Yeah, there's no click-through rate for Anchor, the service that we use to upload the podcast. So it's like I can't see how long people are actually listening for. It just gives me like an average duration, and I'm sure it's low because of a lot of people clicking, listening, and going and then getting off of it.
Yeah,
I think last time was like 6 minutes. What was it? I think I remember.
Ooh.
Oh man, I got a pee. All right, we love you. Bye.
We love you. Bye. Adios.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye.
Good one, dude. Leave that in.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll love that.